purifying incense. You have to understand, incense in Tibet has never ever been used other than for purification purposes, medically speaking, and religious purposes. So we don't have this aromatherapy kind of thing for the sake of, oh, let's purify the house so when our lover comes over, he'll be in the mood to have boo-boo. See, oils and these aromas and these kind of powders and these kind of grains and herbs and these kind of trees and barks, they're very powerful. Because it is said that whatever disease we have can be found in nature to heal. The remedy, the antidote. Whatever disease we have is supposed to be found in nature to remedy. And the trees, the barks, the grass, the flowers, the leaves, all that stuff. And when you pick it, the season is very important according to the plant. And the time of day and the preparation is very, very important. So Tibetan medicine is said to be originated from Lord Buddha himself. Also combined with Chinese, Indian medicine combined. The arts of healing from China, which is very advanced for thousands of years. The arts of healing from India, which is extremely advanced. Combined with the medical teachings of Lord Buddha. So these three great systems are practiced in the medical arts of Tibet, which is very famous in the world now. Lots of Tibetan doctors setting up offices and using Ayurvedic types of healing based on Lord Buddha's teachings, combined with Chinese and Indian. They have memory pills. They have the precious pills. I've taken them. They're very, very effective. Extremely effective. I tell you, is my personal experience. Because I came from America, I went to my Tibetan community, and I had this problem, that problem. Immediately. And the Tibetan art of pulse checking is totally incredible. I have witnessed it myself. And along with Tibetan healing, they also have moxibustion, and they also have Tibetan incense. And what's incredible about Tibetan incense, let me tell you, the natural thing about Tibetan incense is it can be used to be burned, it can be used to be crushed into powder form and applied to your wound or your affected areas. That's how natural it is. Imagine taking Chinese incense, the one you buy in a big packet for $5, you crush that and rub it all over yourself, you better go see the skin doctor, thank you. Think about that. I'm not putting anyone down. That's how natural it is. So Tibetan incense is actually people going to the mountains, to the fields, to the slopes at certain seasons and collecting the different types of ingredients. The different types of ingredients, they bring it down, they dry it in the natural sun. They still do that now. After they dried it in the natural sun, they pound it and they mix it and they put some liquid to make it wet and then they put it into containers to make it into incense sticks. And so that is pure 100% herbs. What types of herbs, what types of bark and roots and sometimes minerals they put in is dependent on your ailment. So therefore, we have different types of Tibetan incense that's been ordered from my guru's personal factory in Nepal, which those people import herbs and all that stuff from different parts of the Nepalese mountains bordering with Tibet and Tibet itself. So they bring all these herbs, they bring all these barks and roots and all this stuff back, they dry it, and they actually make it in Nepal using, with respect, the local Nepalese people there, and they earn income. It's natural. And what happens is, they earn income, it's natural, it doesn't destroy the environment. And the smoke that comes from the incense is not pollution at all. It's pure healing herbs. So, if you check the Tibetan incense we have, it comes in different packages. They have different purposes. Some is to rest the mind, some is to expel negative influences. You say, how can incense do that? Because there are certain types of herbs that when you burn it, certain types of spirits they don't like, they go away. Well, that's not surprising. In the Western theory, if you put garlic, Dracula runs away. Right? I mean, everybody believes that certain negative forces don't like certain smells because maybe the way they died or maybe the way they're born or the environment they come from has that kind of smell that reminds them of something they don't like. So it can be that. So even in Malaysia, Pontianaks, what do they like? What kind of flowers they like at the cemetery? What's that called? Frangipani. If you want a Pontianak to visit you, plant a frangipani. No self-respecting Malaysian who's not a Bomo would plant a frangipani in their house. They'll say, you're trying to attract the spirit on. It's very well known that Pontianaks are attracted to frangipanis. So in cemeteries, lots of frangipanis if you see. Keep them over there. Yeah, I mean, it's world renowned. It's not just Tibetan. So there are definitely certain types of herbs and flowers, which I'm not skilled in to talk about, which if you burn or you have, it repels certain types of negative forces. No, it doesn't repel your ex-wife. It doesn't repel your ex-boyfriend. It doesn't repel her nasty letters for alimony. No. So don't go for that. Okay? It doesn't repel the people, whatever. So these are collected from the mountains, and how much herbs, what ingredients they have is dependent on what you need them for. So in Kechara Paradise, we stock these incense that are ordered from my guru in his factory in Nepal, who use the locals there to give them employment to get these herbs and make them into incense packets. Therefore, they're very simple. So when you burn them, they're not as pungent as the normal incense because they're natural herbs. And actually, you can take the incense and actually literally sit there and smell it. Some of these incense, if you're unhappy, you literally depression. You burn it and you smell it. Literally, you put it near your nose to smell. That's how effective it is because it's pure herbs. So they can be used on certain of these incenses. You can read on the box. Just go and check it out. You can take them and crush them and mix them with a little bit of water or butter and put them on certain ailments. Very helpful. Or you can use them for the Buddhas. So that's what I do. I don't go there and it's okay. Take me to the skin doctor. Give me a cream that runs me. I don't want to walk around with this Tibetan pack of incense dried up like, ooh. People say, what's that, Why? What's my point? It's not that you can't do that. It's that it is so natural that you can do that. That's the point. So when you burn these incenses to the Buddhas, it creates a beautiful aromatic smell. For people into the healing arts, for people into practicing White Tara and Medicine Buddha and Lama Tsongkhapa who wants to heal depression and heal the healing arts, people's negative energy, people's unhappiness. And if you're a doctor, all that, if you use these type of incenses, it creates a very healing environment in your room because actually when they smell it, it actually helps them. 1, 2, when you offer this up to the Buddha with the motivation that since it's medicinal, may all the harms and physical problems and difficulties of others be completely cured. It's a double whammy, a double benefit. And at the same time, when you burn this incense, when you offer this, you will create type of karma on a lower level. A lower type of karma you'll create is that wherever you're born in the future, it will always be in a clean, easy, and pleasant place where getting water and food and the things that support life healthy is easy to obtain. You will not be born in desolate, barren, difficult places. You have to walk for miles just to get dirty water, infested with mosquitoes, totally smelly. If you watch Discovery Channel, there's a lot of places in the world today that people live like that. Many people live like that. You'll cry. You don't know how much luxury we have here, how clean we are, how actually we're living in the land of gods. I've lived there, I've seen it many years. I've lived many years without water in India, many, many years. You don't know what a luxury it is. So to offer incense to the Buddhas, even without thinking about it, you collect the good karma to be born in pure, clean, pristine, clean, nice environments where the necessities of life are easy to get. And at the same time, when you burn incense with the right motivation, bodhicitta motivation, automatically, directly, you collect the merits of being able to hold your vows and holding your commitments and samayas. Why is that? Because people who hold their vows are said to emit a very beautiful and natural smell. We call it the smell of morality. Because they hold their vows so well, naturally from their body, they emit a type of smell that pleases the people around them. So when we offer incense, incense is related to smell, the smell aggregate. So therefore, when we're able to hold our vows very well, when we don't lie, when we don't cheat and steal and kill and sexual misconduct, and we don't do all these things, we become someone very pleasant and wonderful to be around, and people trust us. And instead of creating fear and doubt in other people, we create happiness, wisdom, clarity in other people's minds because we hold our vows. And when we do our practices because of holding our vows, the animalistic types of urges, such as sleeping with the whole world, stealing from the whole world, killing from the whole world. When we hold our vows well, they are a blessing for us to hold back our animalistic urges that we are not able to control. The very reason we take our vows is to hold back these animalistic urges that force us and drive us toward more and more and more and more confusion. People who like to steal in order to survive, they get a thrill, they steal more, they steal more. After a while, it just becomes second nature, they steal. And then fear comes to their mind. Why? When will they be caught? Who will speak up? They walk around. Whenever they see a policeman, they get scared. Very scared. People who lie all the time. The first lie, they get away with it, and they're thrilled. You know, that person's that stupid, that person's that idiotic. You know, they're so easy to trick, and they get away with it. They jump up and down. They go to the merry-go-round. You know, they go round and round. They're happy. Second lie, third lie. Then after a while, the lies become effortless and very natural. And it becomes second nature, and they don't even have to think anymore. They just lie. So when they do this, what happens is, after a while, people will discover them because not everybody's stupid. And even stupid people can see inconsistencies. So when they discover their lies, the people who lie, fear will come to their hearts. Regrets. Why? They'll be discovered. And then it's difficult for them to stop because they keep lying and keep lying and keep lying and keep lying. So they have this kind of fear. And the same thing with other animalistic urges that we do. If we don't have vows sworn in front of the Buddhas to help us control them, we just go wild. And when we go wild, initially, it's fun for us. Middlely, and in the end, we imprison ourselves. People think that vows are a prison. Vows liberate you from prison. When you don't hold the vows, and you do all these things, you become imprisoned by your negative karma. So in fact, holding vows is the first key to getting out of prison, if you look at it correctly. So some of us, we take vows, we make commitments, we promise our wife, our husband, our friend, our family, our sister, our brother, our daughter, our son, our guru, whatever. We promise things and we always break it and we can't keep it. Why? We've been habituated in that. We have not created the causes. One of the ways to create the causes of holding our vows is to offer incense all the time to the Buddhas. But you don't hold incense, go out and break your vow. And then you come back and say, well, I offer you incense, you didn't help me. What do you want them to do? The minute you're about to break your vow, Yamataka appears in front of you and say, don't. Come on, don't be ridiculous. But it creates the causes for you to be able to hold your vows. And if you hold your vows and you stabilize your mind, your animalistic urges are pretty much under control, then you can go to higher states of meditation. Why? Meditation depends on a stable, strong mind. So if you're out chasing, 100 people to sleep with, you're out chasing, 100 people to rob and 100 people to lie, how's your mind going to be at peace? How can you do meditations? So people who break their vows and people who lie, people who follow their animalistic urges all the time, they chase after this non-stop, daily. If they do meditations, there's no results. If they have visions, it's a lie. It's a lie. When we know Dharma, we know that. We know we don't need clairvoyant powers. When we observe the person and they tell us, oh, I have visions. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I've reached this stage in meditation. Oh, I've accomplished calm abiding, shamatha. And then their actions are breaking vows. You know they're lying. So people who don't know Dharma, they're tricked by this very easily. They're tricked because they don't know any Dharma. They don't know how to check the other person. So if you know the other person, if you know the Dharma, you can say, no, you don't. No, you don't. Why? You know what it requires to reach that level. So if you know what it requires to reach that level, you know whether they're lying or not. But if you don't listen to the Dharma, you don't know the Dharma, you don't understand how to check, then you can be fooled very easily. And you be suckered in. When you get suckered in, you get the loss. Why? You don't know how to check. You don't have the knowledge. Very, very simple. So how lazy we are in our studies, how lazy we are in our practices, we get the result. We get the result every day. So offering incense is a wonderful, fabulous way of reminding us to hold our vows, a wonderful offering to the three jewels to create a pleasant environment, a cause for us to be able to hold our vows and commitments, and wonderful to create the karmic effects of us to have a beautiful environment to be born into. Again, pleasant, cool, clean, nice, easy to receive Dharma, to practice, to meditate, to advance into higher states of mind. Incense is wonderful. And you have to check the box for natural. Not some Tibetan, they say natural is not natural. We got Tibetans who are just like anybody else, tricksters. So I don't stock that kind of funny incense in my place. I stock it for my guru. And I don't think my guru will say, oh, it's natural. And he's in the back, buying tons of Chinese incense from Malaysia and then crushing it and reforming Tibetan incense and setting it here. I don't think so. All right? This guru, let me tell you a little bit. This guru is fantastic because this guru who makes this incense has many incarnations already. And he's an emanation of he's the incarnation of the Mahasiddha Dharikava, where he makes the incense right now in Nepal. When his sponsor first bought him the land and offered it to him, there was no water in the land, nothing, very hard. So Ganchen Rinpoche, no problem. Ganchen Rinpoche showed up on the property, did some prayers, water sprung forth from the ground itself. And they have water from an underground spring. And they built a huge factory there, and hostel, and prayer hall, and hotel there, based on Rinpoche's prayers. That's very well known there. So you're getting incense from this type of high-level Lama. I don't call that a miracle. I call that the power of compassion. Why? By the power of compassion to relieve other people's problems. Even the elemental forces, even the underground deities, even the land gods will help the Lama to benefit other beings. That's what it is. It's not a miracle. Not a miracle at all. And it saved them a lot of money than drilling. So when you have compassion, even the elemental gods and the land gods, the Dejugongs, the Datos, all will help you. And they will count out to you. They'll show you respect because you have compassion. And they will help you to help other beings. That's from a lifetime of spending our time in helping others, not in chasing after things that at old age we have regret. That ends up nowhere. Okay?